Hello, my name is Vansha and welcome back to my channel. Let me tell you something most people don't realize until it's too late. The reason you are becoming more private is because you're starting to think differently than the average person. And once that shift happens, you can't go back. Because you begin to see something clearly. Not everyone deserves access to you. And today, we are not just talking about privacy. We are talking about why it is a trait of the most successful people in the world. Okay, so first things first, privacy protects your peace. Let me ask you something honestly. How many times have you shared something personal and later wish you hadn't? Because here's the truth, some people don't misunderstand you, they never really wanted to understand you in the first place. And the harsh truth is, not everyone who listens to you respects you. And you know why successful people are private? People at the top understand one thing, your peace is your performance. The more noise you allow into your life, the more distracted you become. That's why they don't overshare. They don't react to everything. They don't explain themselves to everyone because they have learned access to them is earned, not given. Another thing is privacy protects your goals. Here's something most people don't want to hear. Talking about your goals too much can actually ruin your progress because your brain gets a false sense of accomplishment. Some people will support you publicly, but privately they will hope that you never win. And do you know why the top 1% move in silence? The most successful people don't announce their next move. They don't post every single plan. They don't seek validation. They build quietly because they understand noise attracts opinions, silence attracts results. Privacy is literally your protection. Let me give you a perspective that changes everything. People can't ruin what they don't know. Think about that. Not every plan needs an audience. Not every win needs to be posted. Not every struggle needs to be explained. Because the moment you expose something, you also expose it to opinions, doubts, jealousy, unnecessary energy. The more people know about your life, the more they have access to you. And you know why staying private is so powerful? Privacy isn't about hiding, it is about protecting what matters before it's truly built. Because early stages are fragile, your goals are still in their forming, your mindset is still strengthening, your confidence is still stabilizing, and too much outside noise at this stage can ruin it. So you move differently. You share less, build more, speak less, execute more. Not because you are secretive, but because you are intentional. Not everything is meant to be seen while it is still growing. And that's why the most powerful people move in silence. Now, let me give you a reality check. Okay, so there are two people. One person talks about every plan, seeks validation, seeks approval. The other moves quietly, focuses deeply, and execute consistently. Months later, one is still talking, the other is unrecognizable because the other one is back with results. Privacy literally protects your growth. This one might hit a little deeper. Not everyone in your life is meant to grow with you. Some people were comfortable with you only when you were less than who you are becoming. Basically, there are some things that changes when you level up. When you start growing, you think differently, you act differently, you set boundaries, and suddenly people around you react differently. Less support, more distance, And there is this strange energy because they are not able to adjust and you are reaching a higher frequency. That's when you stop explaining, stop proving, stop oversharing, and start observing because growth isn't loud, it is selective. Another thing is that privacy builds respect. Here's something subtle but powerful. The more you explain yourself, the less people take you seriously. Over explaining is often a hidden form of seeking approval. And also, it creates mystery. When you're private, you become mysterious because you speak less, you share less, you react less. People become curious. They observe you more, they respect you more because what's easily available is rarely valued. And we all know that. Privacy builds real confidence. Most people think confidence means being loud, being expressive means being seen. But real confidence looks very, very different. If you constantly need people to agree with your decisions, you don't fully trust yourself. And I can't be more honest than that. And you know what is the mindset of top 1%? The most powerful people. They don't seek validation. They don't explain their every move. They just keep working and by top 1% who I am aiming at. Their success speaks for them. Now think about your life. You are becoming more quiet, more selective, more aware, less available, and maybe a little misunderstood. But you need to understand not everyone will understand your growth, but that's the price of evolving. My final message for you is in a world full of noise, silence is power. In a world that overshares, privacy is rare. And in a world that is chasing attention, peace is the real flex. So, yes, the reason you're becoming more private is because you are stepping into a different level of awareness. One of one that most people never reach. And remember, people can't ruin what they don't know. Access to you is a privilege. Not everyone deserves it. If this made you think differently, like the video and subscribe. And tell me honestly, what is the one thing you stopped sharing when you started growing? I'll see you in the next video.